Beef is best served like steak. Well done, get a gun in your face, bitch nigga. People have you praying to God. Move your kids, have you hiding your mom. Beef is when you hide behind them other niggas, but they ain't killers, they ain't pulling them triggers. Fuck niggas. People how you keying our cars, heart broke, yours don't look like ours. Them niggas ain't down for you. Them niggas ain't down for you.
I think Jim Jones jumped out the window. Now, and I know we're all entitled to our opinions. I mean, this is hip hop. But sometimes I think Jimmy's baiting. Jimmy is definitely baiting Push. You know, Swiss was just on the Breakfast Club. He was talking about the Verzuz. And he was like, when he bring it back, he wants it to be something. Me personally, I'm going to go ahead and get that Push and Jim Jones Verzuz. Because I guarantee you, despite what Jim Jones got some bangers. He definitely came a long way from being trash, being Cameron's hype man, being the mascot of Dipset, to being in the front line. But I don't want y'all to think that this is me being biased, being from VA, being from Norfolk. But let's just be honest. Like, we talk about Pusha T on top 50. Now, I think he belongs on the list because the thing about it is, again, like, people don't read. Everybody keeps still talking about this list and what the criteria was. If you read the article, if you read what it was, because a lot of times people just see the names and the positions that they're in, and then they automatically just go off. But you gotta remember, like, Push been in the game for damn near 30. I ain't gonna say, well, let's see. I remember being freshman in high school, so that was 01. So you gotta think, yeah, you might as well say he was in there pretty much. He's been in the game for a minute. Jim's been in the game for a minute. They have a pretty decent even amount of time been in the game. But, you know, Jimmy talking about there's not 5 records because he was. I think since Drake, and I know a lot of people already said it, but I think Drake kind of hyped him up a little bit. Because, you know, the thing with Push though, man, like, he be cool. Like, he'll drop some music and then he'll be out the way. So it's not like we know what it is. Everybody in the game know what it is with Push. Man, everybody in the game know what it's Jim, but I think Jim jumped out the window. I think that was like some type of clickbait, you know, because that even with the Exodus record, a lot of people like, man, it's something that was this to Wayne, this to Drake. You know, people know that this Drake and Push thing been kind of going for a minute. But I'm going to say it here live. God, Lord knows, if Jimmy want that smoke, if we can play 20 records, Jim and Push, my money gonna be on Push for real. And maybe if somebody want to even just have like a friendly battle on that, I'm welcome to it. But yeah, Jimmy jumped out the window. And again, I love Jim, but I think when he started talking about like NBA young boy and freaking 21, I'm like, nah. I'm just like, why is he like? Because he was kind of like basing it off of whether chicks wanted to smash him, people wanted to be like him, like what they transcend, what did they do? But it's like, nah, like everybody wasn't. There's mad people on that list that people won't really try and be like. Jada was on the list. KRS-One was on the list. Now, there was a lot of other people on the list that probably should have been up there over others, but I know again, I know why who was on the list was on the list. I don't think Cam was on the list. I don't think nobody from Dipset was on the list, to be honest. I mean, now should Cam be up there? I mean, maybe, but at the same time, Push, man, like, people don't really be giving him the credit. I mean, even people at home. I mean, people talk about VA. Sometimes they like VA. VA is like those who, if you know, you know. Because I'm not even gonna tell you my name is my name. My name is my name. Like they had some, even though I think all of them had features on them, but like those records alone, 40 Acres with the Dream, Sweet Serenade with Brown, Snitch with Pharrell, like come on. And then like we can even get into his solo bag, like when he released his first solo project, I think it was Fear of God, or Earth and That Glitter, Chaining the Gods, Amen, like Trouble My Mind. That was, come on now, Alone in Vegas, come on, like what is Jones talking about? You don't really even want to get in his clips bag, like, but again, Push will definitely do his thing with Jim. It might be a good Verzuz though. But I just felt like Jim jumped out the window with that when he said, he didn't belong there. He like, come on. But that's pretty much all. Like, I really just wanted to, say that. Like, Push been kind of like, even though he doesn't like drop records like yearly, like it's almost as like when he brings it, he brings it. Like Push is up there in that conversation. Like Jim, kind of what he had got a good 5-year run. Like all his albums that he released within the last 5 years or whatever. I mean, maybe it's even longer because time flying. But he gets something like when Jim gets going, like he thinking he be smelling himself a little bit. But I'm gonna still say like this, Ballin' is still probably his biggest record. But I could be wrong. But yeah, maybe Jim want to smoke. I mean, maybe he's just kind of baiting Push. Because Push ain't one of them dudes that's gonna, he's gonna, he don't really get into like really into that like publicity of things. He kind of like dibbles and dabbles here and there when he's doing like lyrical exiles. We know what he did with Drake and everything, but like Push is going like Push. He sees it. I know he sees it, and Me as a Virginia native, as a hip hop fan, as a Clips fan, and a Dipset fan, and me, this is again not me being biased. Like I got pushed on it. So Jim, go ahead and pull out your kufi, bring Freaky Zeke, bring Joels, bring Cam, bring Mace. You can bring your Bird Gang. You can bring, One Eye Willie, all that stuff. But look, come on. Because I really think that's what it is. I really think that's what Jimmy's trying to do. He's trying to big push. So come on with it. Come on with it, Jim. I'm standing with Push on this one, man. Because you jumped out like. I can go into a whole rant about it, but I'm not. Thank you all for listening. Stay safe, stay productive. If anybody want to come and challenge me, if anybody want to challenge me, if anybody want to take Jim and I take Push, if anybody want to do this. Because Jimmy jumped out the window and he knows he jumps out the window. But that's all I'm going to say. Everybody's entitled to opinion. But once again, like I said, sometimes those opinions kind of, what does Romans 23:1 say? I mean, Exodus 23:1. Do not spread false reports. Do not help a guilty person by being a malicious witness. So, Jimmy, what you're doing, you're spreading false reports. It's an opinion, but you like, that's one of those opinions where it's like, if you want the smoke, just say that. That's all you gotta say. Be safe out here. No, this is good. This is what hip hop's about. You know what I'm saying? I know Push and Jim ain't no strangers to beef, but this ain't no beef. But I'm just telling here to tell y'all listeners, reporting here from VA, from Norfolk VA, that Jimmy jump out the window. Pusha will show you why he's called the Push. So I'm telling you right now, get your records ready, yo, because it's coming. Switch Tim. We gonna do this New York VA collision again. Come on with it. The love for New York and VA. You already know it's there. Tim go ahead and grab Push. Swizz go ahead and grab Jim, man. Like it's too good. It's too good to really miss that correlation. It's too good to miss that correlation. Like, don't play with my man Push, yo. I know I didn't have said my piece as far as about the him and the Drake things in the past, but I mean, it's still love. Like I said, I'm a Drake fan. But at the same time, like I said, this is hip hop, yo. But hip hop is a competitive sport sometimes. But when you start saying certain things out there, like for the whole world to listen to and chime in on, there's gonna be some chiming in. I can put I will go head to head with anybody. I'm gonna get my 20 records ready just in case Push don't want to get it ready. Well, I'll get mine ready. Shoot. Because see, beef is a whole different thing. But we can do a battle. We can do a Verzuz. Stop spreading false reports, Jimmy. Where do you put yourself on the list? Because Jim Jones is one of them guys, like, he'll put himself as number one on the list. I mean, he'll know, like, again, the coast, the holes, the nines and everything, but he will put himself top 10. And I know people will say, that's what you're supposed to do. But there's also that honesty, that awareness of yourself. But again, you could just be somebody who just loves to rap, because that's what Jimmy does. He loves to rap, like I said. Because before he wasn't really taking it serious. Then he had some good albums that dropped, a couple albums, and then once that vampire life started kicking in, we seen whole little Jimmy, Lobby Boys, Mano. Like, I get it, I understand. But somebody need to grab Jimmy, man, because that dude jumped out. But that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. No, I know he dropped something with Young Berg Hitmaker. But again, no, he hasn't missed in a while. Jim hasn't missed in a while. But I don't think Push missed at all. So, let's get it. Y'all stay safe, stay productive. Love your cancer, Kid Bear. Thank you for listening. I'm out. Come on.